Hi, my name is Jerry and I'm with the BaleSkiis company here with CNH, and we're here today to talk about the liners for the big and the small square balers. And this is a product you see here. It is machined, which it does a couple of things. It makes a nice tight square bale, which we'll look at shortly. But with that machining in there, all of a sudden your whole bale chamber becomes a restrictor. And people have put restrictor plates in balers for years trying to get a tighter, squarer bale. By putting this in there, your whole bale chamber becomes a restrictor plate in essence. Not that's going to move through there evenly. It's not going to make any difference if you have 8% hay or if you have 38%. It always goes through there the same. And where we really see something great is on the small square balers where you're using an accumulator or you're using New Holland bale pickup wagon. All of a sudden every bale starts coming out the same. And people say, well, how can a piece of plastic do that? Well, it's really more than just a piece of plastic. It's a patented material, and by doing that, people have said, well, what happens? How come our bales change? Well, the reason is, let's say we're baling on this hillside here. The hay at the top is probably 8 or 12%. So we get down to that draw over there, it's probably 20%. And when hay has a little bit of moisture in it, it doesn't slide so well on metal. And by doing this, it's always going to move through there the same. Where we really see some advantages, large and small square bales, is for instance baleage, because some of that 50% moisture hay they're trying to push through the chamber wants to stick. Not only that, Midwest and possibly here in the Northeast, they bale a lot of corn stalks, and if they aren't perfect conditions, corn stalk will build up in the corners. We've actually had producers split out the corners of their bale chambers with buildup. You'll also notice there's a little bit started here. Getting dirt buildup in the corners, which can also cause problems. By putting this in there, you get away from that. We've got people out west, they bale at night, and they wait for a dew to get on. They call it the honeydew that builds up on the inside of bale chambers. It takes them about 2.5 hours to get inside of a large square baler and clean that all out. By putting this in there, it also eliminates that. It not only works on alfalfa, straw, baleage. We've even got people baling pine needles with it. I don't know, I've never baled it myself, but I understand it's kind of rough on a baler. Likewise, we've got people using them specifically, they're shipping straw, and they want all the straw they can get in a bale. On a typical 3x3 or 3x4, you're going to gain approximately 100 to 150 pounds per bale. Now, the other thing that happens, especially on a small square baler, is you're tying under pressure on a small square baler. By putting this in there, you're able to back down the pressure, get the same weight bale, nice and square, comes out the same length every time. It's not quite as critical on a large square baler, but I will say this, anybody who's put one in, you will hear the sound difference on your baler. If you run that baler before you put the liner in, you're going to hear it quiet down. Now, not only that, but they're so sure of this product, you can put that in and use it a whole season. If you do not think it's done anything, you can send it back and get all your money back. I don't know how much better guarantee you can get than that.